Hi everyone, please just confirm me if I'm audible or not. Good evening, guys. Just please confirm me that the video and audio is perfect. Good evening, Setija. Hi, Jent. Hi, Harsh. Hi, Princess. You audible? Okay. Okay, we have 11 people here and 2 likes. So, again, yo, we have our time pass boy. Hi, how are you doing? Good evening. Hi, Gunjan. Hi, Nagmal. What's your name? Okay. Guru Devan. Hey, we still have 11 people here. We'll start very soon. We'll start very soon. Let everyone join. Good evening. We'll start in a minute. Okay, we have 27 people here. Yeah, so I'm good. How are you? Yeah, so let us just start today's session. We are back with our new topic that is IP address and subnetting. And in yesterday's class, we have covered the topology of network and how they work. The basic understanding of network, we are already done with that. So we are fantastic. Good. Okay, are we any doubts in the topology and all? Any doubts, please confirm me. Then we'll complete today's topic that is IP address and subnetting. So, first of all, people who are new here, let me just tell you, yesterday we learned how like networks are structured, and today we'll be learning like how devices are identified into those networks. Okay, how can a device is getting identified? Okay, so let us just start. What is networking? And we have already covered this part, and I'll just again explain you that what is networking. So some people might have this reaction that they actually don't know what networking is, but there you go. Networking is basically introverts forcing devices to talk to each other. Got it. As you can see here, like introverts having like a bad handshake here, right? So they just force the devices to talk to each other. And if we move further with a new heading or like easy to understand, so this computer like just ask the another device or another piece that bhai file bheej dega, like can you just share me the file, and he or the other person or the other computer confirms that yes, I will. Okay, so networking is the process of connecting devices together to exchange the information, and this can include everything from sharing files to communicating with others. This is the basic uh, definition of networking, and we have covered this part, like what is networking, in yesterday's session too. But another definition, another day, another definition here. Good evening, guys. Again, so we have started the session, and we are covering IP address and subnetting. Okay, we have 37 people here, and let's move further with the next slide. Okay, so any of you guys have any idea what is IP address? Please comment down the definition of IP address according to you. Any idea? Good evening, Ankit. Please comment down what is IP address. Topologies are also the part of the network. Everyone, we have 37 people here. Please comment down what do you understand by the word IP address. Okay, we have some comments here. Time Pass Boy says unique address of the device over network to identify it. It is a unique identity of devices. Lukinder, what's his name? He says logical name. Daksha says unique address, and we have a lot of answers here. Okay, location to location IP address changes. It is a unique identification number of every device. That's the simple understanding. Okay, so what is an IP address? I'll just explain you guys, and there's no math here. So simply understanding what is an IP address. So IP address is a unique identifier for a device. It's like a like house address. We have our houses, we have our house plates, or we have our house coordinates. Okay, so this is just like our house address, and it is required for communication on a network. Examples can be like two devices without IPs cannot talk. Like if they like if IP hasn't been assigned to the devices, they actually can't communicate or they can't talk. Okay, so let's quickly move further. The internet is a global network of interconnected computers. Before that, can you guys just tell me what is the difference between internet and intranet? Intranet. Anyone? Please comment down your views. Like if you know what is internet and what is intranet. Internet is a global network of or a global network or internet is a private network, I guess. Okay, time pass by. Anyone else? Diksha or Harshita, Geet. We have 37 people here. Anyone? We have 47 people here watching. So, any of you guys have any idea what is internet and what is internet? The internet is public while the internet is private. Okay. Anyone else? We have 47 people here and we just have 17 likes. So please, guys, just like the stream. Okay, so I'll just go through these things that what is the internet and what is intranet. So, as we have mentioned here, the internet is a global network or global public network and it connects a million of computers, million of servers and devices worldwide. So we have some key points like public and like it is open to everyone and it uses some standard protocols like it can be HTTP, TCP, IP, HTTPS, etc. And examples can be websites, examples can be email, examples can be your social media, examples can be some cloud applications. So these are some examples for the internet. Then one more example could be it is accessed via an ISP using the mobile data or Wi-Fi or a broadband. Okay. And if we just talk straight, so basically it is fast, it is powerful and risky. You just get a massive reach and but it actually depends on the security, like what kind of security you are using. Now, second thing I asked was intranet. So intranet is a private network inside an organization. Like we have an organization here and intranet. Okay, so for example, I'll just clear this screen so you'll get a easy understanding. If you guys don't understand what is intranet, I'll just draw it for you guys. For example, there's a circle, okay, and I'll just write it down. This is intranet, okay, INTRA net. Okay, in intranet, what we have is like the plannings, the production, the inventory, the shipping, we have our order processing, yeah, and outside, what we have is I'll just take 4 points here. First one would be we have some suppliers, they are not the part of the company. We have our logistic partners, right? Uh, see logistics services. We have our retailers. We have our customers. Customers. They are not the part of the company. Okay. So they are just outside of this circle. It's that simple that intranet is a private network and it is inside an organization and it uses internet technologies. It just use the internet technologies, but stays internal. So we have some key points. For example, I'll just write them down. We have some key points. For example, it would be private and restricted. The outside, like the outside people can't access that. Only authorized authorized users, like the employees, can access, and it is used for internal portals. Like they have like their own manageable like platform or portal. Okay. Or employee data can be like a point. PLO, employee data. We have some personal company tools. Then we can say it is usually it is usually protected by the firewalls and authentication. Okay, firewalls and authentication. So these are some key points for the intranet and internet. I hope that is clear, and we'll just move to the next point. Yeah. So internet is a global network of interconnected computers, and IP addresses are unique identifiers that allow devices to communicate with each other over the internet. And still, if you have no idea what is IP address, then there you go. Your IP address is basically your internet selfie. So just be careful where you share it. It's that simple. Your identity, I would say, on the internet. How you are being identified on the internet. So this is the way you are being identified. Okay. So now we have our 2 points here. First one is IP version 4, second one is IP version 6. So, do you guys have any idea what are these things? Please comment down what is IP version 4 according to you, what's your POV on IP version 4, and what's your POV on IP version 6? What do you guys think about the version 4 and version 6? Please comment down your reviews or like your point of views. We have some classes too. We'll cover the classes here of the IP addresses. Yes, 4. What's 4? We use mostly IP version 4. IPv4 is a older version and 6 is a modern. Okay. 32-bit and 64-bit, but nahi bit wala difference. 32-bit 128. Okay, the basics are I guess clear for everyone, but we'll still cover all of these things. Any of you guys can just drop what is like what's this 32-bit and what's this like 128-bit? What is that? What is 32-bit? Like what actually that means? And I'll just give you an example. Yeah, IP version 4 versus IP version 6. So I don't know this. No problem. 88888. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. What's that? Decimal and hexadecimal. Memory storage units. Okay. Okay, so I'll just tell you what exactly is an IP version 4 address is. So an IPv4 IPv4 is a 32-bit logical address given to a device. Or we have another definition here. If we just move further, we have another definition. The original Internet Protocol, IP version 4, it uses 32-bit address allowing for 4.3 billion unique addresses. 4.3 billion addresses. Like 4.3 billion version 4 addresses. Okay. So, logical address given to a device. And what does this 32-bit means? So actually 32-bit means it is like a total combination, combination, combinations like are very large. So it is just the like it is written in the human readable format, human readable format. And I'll just give you an example. Example can be 192.168.1.10. This is an example of IP version 4. And do you guys know how can you check your IP address, the private IP you have on your system, the identity of your device? Can you guys just comment down the commands, like the steps? How can I check my IP address? IP config. IP config for Windows config slash all. Okay, we have two commands here. IP config is for Windows and for Linux. Any idea? What is it? IP config slash all if config. Okay, for Linux we have if config. Okay, so let us just check out. Okay, if we yeah. So we have our inet here. It is the like this is my IP address. Okay, this is my IP address or IPv4 192. I'll just copy this. Okay, so we have three things here. First one was IPNet, like the our IP address. Then is something called net mask, or we can in Windows it is subnet mask, net mask, subnet mask, and all. And we have here is our broadcast IP. Okay, so what we'll be doing here is I'll just copy this down and let's move to this part. Can you guys just comment down what is your IP address here? Like, is it same? Like, does that starts with 192.168? Does your IP sudo rm hyphen rf? Okay. So देखो यहाँ पे we have one thing called देखो यहाँ पे we have some four dots or we can call periods. One, two, three. Okay, I mean four divisions here and three periods here. Okay, period or we can say a dotted decimal format. So these are, we call them octets. Oh, we call them octets. Just, uh, Okay, so we'll continue with this. We have this. Okay, the parts are called here octet. Any idea? Do you guys know like what are octets? Like I've already told you, but for root user sudo is used. अपने लक्ष्य से ना भटके कृपया यहाँ फोकस करें. So I'll do one thing. Yeah, just to like octet, and we have like each octet has bits, and the range of each octet lies from 0 to 255. And again, we can take this basic example that 192.168.1.168.1.8 bit is a octet. Perfect, guys. Time pass boy, Rishika and Joe. Perfect, guys. 192.168.1.10. This is our example for the IP version 4. And in octets, like octets, we have in IP version 4, we have four octets: one, two, three, four. And each octet contains 8 bits. And the range for each octet lies from 0 to 255. The range basically you can see this is 192. So this comes between the 0 to 255. Here we have 168. So it comes between the 0 to 255. Then we have this 1. This also comes under this range. 10. This also comes under this range. Okay. So this is how a IP address looks. Now, so basically what happens here is, so internally computers just see it is in like it in binary, and externally humans see these things in decimals. So actually, yeah, one more and like important part we have here is every IP address has two identities. One is network identity, second is host identity. So I'll just write that down to make it easy for everyone. IP address has two identities. First one is network identity. Second one is host identity, or we can say host part or network part. Okay. So any idea what is network part or what is host part? Any basic idea? What are they? Okay, we have 52 people and 21 likes. So I would request if you guys are enjoying or if you are learning something new, so please give it a thumbs, like please give a thumbs up. Please comment down if you guys have idea what are the two identities like are about. Okay, network part and host part. So network part which tells which network the device belongs to. First two periods are network part and last two are host part. Okay, Aniket. So I'll just write down uh, network part tells which device the network, sorry, which network the device belongs to. Host part give a unique identities. Okay. And we have here is host part. So host part tells which host means how many will be connected. Okay. So host part means which device inside the network. Like we have, for example, there's a router and there are 10 devices connected to the a router and enjoying the internet or using the internet. So how will identify that which device is using the which device is consuming the internet more, or how can you just trace them? So there's a protocol called DHCP, if you guys have any idea about that, but we'll don't get like deep into that part right now. Okay, so this helps devices, the connected devices, like this helps this distributes IP addresses. Like for example, IP address 24. Like I'll just write them down like randomly 26 and all. Okay, so just clear it out and let's get back to this. So host part tells which device uh, inside the network. Now we have a real life example here. If you still didn't understand or if you're still having the problem, so think it like apartment building, and building number. Building number is equals to our network. Okay, and flat number equals to host. That simple. Okay. So, for example, two devices are there. So, there's a same network part. So, they can talk directly to each other. And if the network part is different, so they just need a different or they just need a router to talk to each other. Okay. This is a like basically a heart of subnetting. So, we'll understand the subnetting too. But I'll just write it down that same network part. They can just directly connect to each other and there's no problem. They can communicate directly. And if there's a different network part, so they just need a router to talk to each other or to communicate with each other. This is the like heart of subnetting. Now, do you guys have any idea about the IP classes? We have some classes here. So, any idea why classes were what we call that introduced? Before that, let me just tell you one thing. For example, I'll just give you an example here. I have a very good example to understand this part. Okay, so for example, as you guys can check your systems, or if you are using Windows, then just open your command prompt CMD and just hit the command IP config, and you'll find your IP address. And if you are using Linux, then you can just hit fconfig. Okay, so you can use these commands to identify what is your what we call that, what is your IP address. So now I'll just explain you why this part 192, 168, and 1 or 31. Like I have 31. So in my network, if we just check, so it is 31 for every device. Okay, so now I'll just give you an example, basic example, why it is same for everyone. Okay, so for example, we have a colony, like colony here. Okay, colony say there's a road. Okay, we have some houses here, 2 and 3. Then we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what I'll do is now we understood what is an IP address. So it is like your घर का address or house address. Okay. For example, the name of the colony is what do we call it? Just Tech Conquers colony. Okay. Tech Conquers colony. Okay. So this is a colony where all these houses are present. Okay. So this is the colony, and if you have some parcel, okay, for example, if you have a parcel and you can't just put you can't just put the address just drop the parcel to the tech workers colony because there are a lot of houses, right? Okay, so you just you haven't specified okay, which is my house and where I'll be collecting the parcel. Okay, for example, so here we'll be giving a house number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so we have six houses here, and I have just given their home addresses or home plate, I can say. Okay, so we have a colony, Tech Concourse colony, and we have houses with their numbers. Okay, now, for example, we have this is the house of Aniket, Aniket. Okay, and this is the house for Jayant, and these both people are good friends. Okay, so now what happened here is, for example, there's a parcel of the chocolates or something came to Aniket's house, and what he did, he just used those chocolates and he loved it. Now, just tell me if he wants to share those chocolates with his friend Jayant. So is there any requirement that Aniket will have to book a courier service or a parcel service to send those chocolates to Jayant? Yes or no? Just comment down yes or no. They just live on the same street. So is it required that Aniket have to book a courier service or something to share the chocolates with Jayant? No. Okay. So the answer is no. Why? Because they just live in the same colony and he can just walk by and just hand over the chocolates to Jayant, right? Basically, we can say that all of these people are in a same network. For example, there's a router here, R for router, and the device is connected. Okay, everything is in a same network, right? So now the first thing here, let me just tell you, you just have to focus here that the last thing, the wait a second, yeah, the last thing here. For example, I'll just write down the address again, 192.168.1. Yeah. So the last thing here, the one or the last octet here that states which device is that. Like we have five people in a house and five IP addresses. So how can we identify that this is a device of Aniket, this is a device of Diksha, this is device of Jayant, and this is device of Time Pass Boy. Okay, so this is the last thing, or this is the thing where we'll be identifying that, or we can say, and the subnet mask for this is 255.255.255.0, and the zero states here that it can be anything. Either you can choose anything from the range 0 to 255, or it can be automatically stated. But the remaining things, 255, 255, 255. Actually, 255 is a broadcasting address. I'll just explain you. Uh, yeah, he can say, Abe Bahara or chocolate or yellow chocolate. Yeah, correct. He can say this thing. Okay. So here you can see we have 255, 255, 255 repeating here. So this is actually a broadcasting address. 255 is a broadcasting address. You can't use that. Okay, so what you have to learn is if you just see this pattern 255, 255, 255, so you can just remember, okay, 255 comes with this 192. Okay, we have 168 and 255 we have 10. Okay. It might be possible that you guys also have, like, most of the people or some of you guys might have this, not this, but like for example, this, or we can say any number here, 55 or anything. So this can be your address too. Okay, and this might be possible that this is same. Okay. So what this thing states? This thing states the colony, the Teconkers colony. Okay. And the last thing here, the 55 here, that states that which house number is that? Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6? Okay. So to identify these things, we just use this example here. Are we clear with this or any doubt? So we'll just move to the next thing, that is like to use the router outside the network. Host address, network address. Yeah. Now, just we'll just take one more example here. For example, there's a different colony here. The name of the colony would be cyber security colony. Okay, cyber colony. Okay, and there's a friend of Jayant here. His name is Time Pass Boy. Okay, Time Pass Boy. The name of the friend is Time Pass Boy. Got it. So what we'll be doing here is, if Aniket wants to share the chocolates with the Time Pass Boy, so can he just walk and just share the chocolates? For example, Time Pass Boy lives in Nepal and Aniket lives in India. So the way Aniket shared the chocolates with Jayant, is it possible that he can do the same thing with the Time Pass Boy? Is it possible? Yes or no? Just comment down. Is it yes or no? The actual answer would be no, he can't. So he can't just walk to the like to another country, okay, and just share the chocolates with uh, Time Pass Boy, right? So it might be a case that Aniket would have like he just requires courier service, for example, any courier service like our post office or our DTDC or any like private courier companies, local. मैंने एग्जांपल दिया, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आप इंडियन हो तो okay. Any courier service, any local courier service is required to share the parcel with the time pass boy. Now, same thing happened here. For example, there's a device of Diksha. There's a device of Diksha. She wants to access Netflix. Okay, Flix. And the IP address of Netflix is 3.10.29.4. Okay. For example, this is we are just using an example here. So the example here, does this thing comes under uh, this like their area or their we can their boundary? ये अपना IP address है. This is our IP address and this is the Netflix IP address. So does that comes under this area or this network? Is that like is Netflix part of this network? Yes or no? I have to post it. Yeah. Please comment down that is Netflix IP address is a part of our network like 192.168.1.55. So we are just considering 192.168.1. Yes or no? No, sir. Perfect. So now what happened here is no, 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 no. Perfect. Now what happens here is दीक्षा का जो डिवाइस रिक्वेस्ट है दैट डायरेक्टली गोज टू द राउटर एंड राउटर चेक्स के अच्छा व्हाट दीक्षा वांट्स टू एक्सेस ओके दीक्षा वांट्स टू एक्सेस नेटफ्लिक्स ओके सो डज दैट नेटफ्लिक्स कम्स अंडर दिस नेटवर्क यस और नो ओके नो Then what router will be doing here is router just directly goes to the ISP, and then there's a long process here. So we'll just stuck to the ISP here. So they just get to do, or we can say to the internet. Okay, to the internet. They just go to the internet and then come back to the router, the result, or we can say the response. Request is being made by the router to the internet, and internet just sends the response to the router. Now, do you guys have any idea how the router will identify that this request was made by Diksha? How? Because it might be possible na, कि, like for example, Diksha wanted to use Netflix, but Aniket was redirected to the Netflix. Okay, so how will the router identify that by using the router table? Anyone else? Any idea how will the router identify by the router table? Anything else? By maintaining MAC address table. Okay. I'm seeking answer from other people too. We have 52 people here. Anyone else would like to contribute? How? 54 people actually and 29 likes. No, sir. Through API. My using host ID. Her by her IP address. No, no, no. By using. Okay. No, no problem. I'll just explain you why. देखो. Now, actually, uh, every device has an IP address, as we learned right now that every single device which is communicating with the internet has IP address. Okay. Now, what happened here is, yeah, one more thing I just wanted to identify, I just wanted to mention here. देखो, Aniket have his own IP address. Diksha, Jayant, and Time Pass Boy all have their own private IP addresses. But the router have a single public address, which is used to communicate to the internet. We learned that the private and the internet and the intranet thing, right? So this can be a concept here. So this is a different IP address. And how can you check that? Just go to Google and type what is my IP and just visit any of the website and you'll just find what is the IP address here. Okay, you can just find your IP address and your ISP here like Reliance Jio Telecom, and this is my internet IP. Okay, so you can just Google that and find out. Now, this IP is used to trace people. Okay, like who did the crime or how the thing happened, who just served that. Okay, so this is how the things work. Now I'll just tell you, okay, how routers just identify who made the request. Okay, so as Aniket told that my network ID and host ID, they just check that. Okay, but Time Pass Boy told that her IP address and using host ID. A guy said through APIs. A guy said by maintaining MAC address, router is using route table. Okay, so I'll just give you a simple thing. देखो, every device has an IP address. Okay, so when your phone or laptop connects to a router, the router gives it a private IP address using the DHCP. Okay, any IP. So, but the IPs are like uniquely identified, like they identify which device is being connected in the network or which device is in the network. Now, whenever the request goes out, for example, Disha wanted to watch Netflix or to access Netflix. Okay, so I'll just zoom it and I'll just request went to the router. When you just open a website, your device sends a packet. A packet is being sent. So to the router, a packet is being sent to the router. And what does the packet contains? The packet contains source IP. The packet contains source IP, matlab your device IP. Then we have destination IP. Destination IP is basically website, the IP of the website. Then we have our source port. It can be a random port, and then we have our destination port. You just don't have to like what we call it, deep dive into this source ports and all. I'll just tell you the packet reaches to the router, and now router uses NAT to remember you. There's a thing called NAT, N-A-T. NAT is basically a network address translation. Okay, this is being used to remember you. Router remembers you using the NAT table. Okay, so the router uses NAT to remember you, and router just replaces your private IP with its public IP. Okay, then the router stores a record in a NAT table that this guy this guy made a request to dash dash or website. Packet data, and Google may be showing the network IP address and command showing the device IP. Okay. Yeah. Time pass boy, you just said K also showing another location. Okay. So basically location varies on your ISP, your internet provider. Like if you are using a router like Jio ka router, Airtel router, so their data centers or their centers, I would say their ISP center where your internet is being like coming to you, reaches you. So the location is of that center and not you. Okay. So now the table, or we can say the NAT table. So this table is the key. It tells the router who asks for what. किसने क्या पूछा? Okay. So there's a table which holds every record here. And now, when the data, like then in the end, what happens here is router sends the data to the correct device. Okay. Destination IP becomes, for example, the local IP, and then it only sent to that device. Your phone just get the response, and the other devices which are connected to the network, they don't even see what just happened. As you like, for example, if you guys are watching some private videos and your family is not getting like what are you watching, they actually don't know na what are you doing on your internet, right? So this is how things work. And now there's a thing called MAC address. Any idea what is MAC address? There's a thing called mapping. So these everything is being mapped here. Like the first of all, what happens here is router just identifies who made the request using the IP address, using the port number, using the NAT table and the MAC address. So this is the complete process how the response is being generated, and how the what we call it, the how the request is being generated, and how the response is being reached to the person who requested. Uh, we can just say PUBG may we have voice chat. That also works. Okay, with these examples. Now I'll just explain you some classes here. We have some classes here for the IP version 4. I'll just the IP classes, we call them IP classes. So someone wrote that what we call that. Someone wrote the classes A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So I'll just again type IP classes. Okay. So first of all, we have the class A. Now, how can you identify class A? Okay, so the simple and easiest way to identify class is if the first octet is between 1 to 126, it is class A. For example, 10.5.2.7. Yeah, there's a card called NIC, a network interface card, and that helps you to get your MAC address. Okay, perfect, Aniket. Very good. The class A lies between 1 to 126. Perfect. Gent. Okay, 0 to 127. Yeah. Now, yeah, there's one more address if you guys remember. If you guys remember, there's if you guys are like you use what we call that our VS Code or something. So you guys have seen this thing 127.0.0.1. So any idea what does the like 127 is reserved for? 127. I'll just leave it for you. No idea. 127. 127 is reserved for loopback. Local host or loopback, we can call that. Okay. 127 loopback IP, loopback IP, loopback. Perfect. Perfect. Now, you guys might be thinking why like where this class A is being used. So if we take an example, so class A is for huge networks could be like some government or an ISP or government networks. They use class AIPs, and I have told you the range where the if you just see these IPs, for example, a IP like this, you can just state that what kind of IP is that one. And if you guys have seen, if you guys use try hack me, so can you guys tell me? They just provide you an IP address, right? एक बार मैंने जोमेटो से फूड ऑर्डर और एड्रेस में लोकेशन लोकल होस्ट का एड्रेस डाल दिया. Okay, so you guys have, if you guys use try hack me, then you might have an idea that what kind of, what class of IP they use. Okay, that is in basically a big organization. So the class A is one network with million of devices. If we just say a simple line that class A is one network with million of devices, हजारों लाखों networks, like हजार लाखों devices. Okay. Second class we have here is class B. Class B is for I'll just do one thing. IP classes class A. Class A is for like huge networks or very big buildings. I'll just give you an example using the buildings, very big buildings. And class B is for medium buildings, medium buildings. Class B. Okay. So class B, what does that mean? Class B is for medium-sized networks. Class B is for medium size sized networks. Okay. Now, how to identify? Okay. To identify the class B networks, as Aniket mentioned, 128 to 191. It's for, like, it is class B, 128 to 191. Example could be 172.16.10.5. This could be an example. As you can see, everything lies between these things, right? 128 to example. Okay. Now, the real examples, if you guys just use universities, Wi-Fi's and all, you can just check. So we can take a university campus, campus. Universities actually use Class B IPs. Universities or some medium-sized hospitals, something like that. Okay. Now we have something called Class C. Class C. Class C is actually small buildings. I'll just write in front of that. Small buildings. So, Class C is basically for small networks. Class C is for small networks. Okay, now how can you identify? So, a person wrote 192 to 223. Perfect. 192 to 223. It is for Class C. Perfect, Aniket. Now, example. Any example, guys, any example. Home. Okay, examples, real world examples. Check your command prompts and just tell me where can you use these where IP of these classes are being used. Attendance, yes, will be doing the attendance in the end. Just please drop down where you use class C IP addresses. Okay, so I'll just write it down. They are being used in homes or small at home. Okay, perfect. In home and computer lab, cafe. Okay, so basically class C means very, very small, not very, but many small networks. Small business owners, perfect. Now, let's move to the next class for users or in small institutions like us. Correct? Yeah, group D. Group D is for group message. MESSAGE. A group message. What does that mean? अब now देखो class D you can just it's quite different. Okay, class D is not for devices. Okay, not for devices, but it is for sending data to many devices at once. And the range, as Aniket told us, it was 224 to 239. Perfect. And real world example would be live streaming, video streaming, or we can say like a one server send videos to many viewers. Any real world example for the this? Yeah, multicasting. Many servers send videos to many users. Okay, so this is an basic example. Streaming. Okay, perfect. So that was simple, quite simple. And last thing, class E. Any idea? Class E? That is not for us. Not for us. Reserved for right now live lecture. Okay, good. Research and experiments. Corporate video conferences, one to many communications, multicast. The range is perfect, Aniket, 240 to 255. And this is how our IP ranges ends. Simple line. It is used for research and experiments, and it is not used in real networks. Like you can't use them. Like you can't use this IP. So what I'll do, I'll just write IPs here. Okay, easily like quick summary. You guys just drop me the quick summary, like what we have learned till now for the IP addresses, like for the classes here. So laboratory, okay. First one was 1 to 126. Uh it was for huge networks like governments and all सबके लिए. And it was class A. Second thing. Now, there's second thing like the second class B. Class B starts with 128 to 191, and this is for like medium buildings, like medium hospitals or medium. We can say some like what do you call them? Medium university campuses. So this lies under class B. Third thing we have is class C. So class C, the range for the class C is 192 to 223, 223. Government organization, class B university. Okay. 192 to 223. This is for buildings. Small buildings, or you can use homes. This is class C. Now, uh, we have class D. Please drop the range for the class D in the comment section. Okay, yeah, yeah, got it. It is 224 to 239. And it is for group message or multicasting, broadcasting, group message. So this is class D. It's that simple. Now, class D is basically one too many, one too many, one too many. Streaming your mummy ka wo Anupama serial. Okay. Now, last class we have is last class. Please drop the range for the last class. Okay, got it. It's 240 to 255. And here's how the range ends for experimental purposes. Perfect. For experimental purpose. For experimental purposes. And that is class E. Okay. And it is basically for research and experiments, as it is reserved for the it is basically not for our uses. So this is how the range lies. Okay. Also, like IP classes just explain network size thinking. The size of the network. Okay. Yeah. So before that, like we are done with these things, IP version 4 and version 6. Okay, so we'll do one thing. We'll cover the version 6 in the tomorrow's class, like the next session we'll be having. So we'll cover IP version 6 in that class. The class is quite long today. Okay. So IP version 6, a newer internet protocol. IP version 6 uses 128-bit address and allowing for a virtual unlimited number of addresses. Okay, so I just wanted to ask you guys, do you have an idea? Like I created something. So do you guys have any idea about the TCP protocol and UDP protocol? Which is reliable and which is not reliable? Any idea? If you guys can just tell me the correct answers, I'll just show you a quite good example or quite good understanding thing. The IP shows all the things, then how hacker hide their location or IP. What about the proxies? What about the VPNs, brother? Attendance. Rahul bhaiya, please drop the link for the attendance. No, don't drop. Before that, please like the stream first. We have 56 people here. Please, महाकाल की कृपा से like कर दीजिए. Okay, we have 49 people here and 30 likes. Guys, please give it a thumbs ups, like give it a thumbs up to the stream. And after that, we'll be dropping the attendance link. We have 49 people, we need 49 likes here. We have 51 people here, 29 likes. Someone just disliked. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Please give it a thumbs up. We have 51 people here. I need 51 likes on the stream, and after that, we'll be dropping the attendance link. But in VPN, using the VPN, as we also know that now what you are doing. Okay, we'll cover that concept. Don't worry. Time pass by. TCP is reliable. Done, 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 done. But likes didn't increase, guys. क्यों पागल बना रहे हैं आप हमें? Okay, we have 35 likes. Good. 53 people, 35 likes. Please like this stream and I'll just show you a quite good understanding or a quite good video for the TCP versus UDP. And yeah, just drop down the yeah, I just wanted to know that like from where like which part of country people are watching this. If you guys are from India, please just drop down your state, and if you guys are from abroad, watching from abroad, please drop down your country. I'd like to know that how like where are things reaching, like where our content is reaching. So please just drop down a comment. Okay, we have people from Nigeria, Navi Mumbai, Pakistan, Uttar Pradesh. Great guys. Uttar Pradesh, Shreya, Diksha, Punjab. We have Abdul from Pakistan. I'm watching from Nairobi, Kenya. Oh, oh. Libya. But UTP is not real things. Okay, Uttar Pradesh, India, and UP 32. Okay, Telangana. What's MYR? Myanmar, Pakistan, Abuja, Nigeria. Sammy John. Okay, we have a lot of people from like East Africa. Africa. We have people from Nigeria, Wellington, Jalandhar, Punjab, Ludhiana, Punjab, Delhi, Haryana, Andhra Pradesh. Great guys, great, 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 great. Thank you for watching our content. Sir, please add me in a group. Admin, remove me. Okay, just talk with the Rahul sir. Jaipur, Rajasthan. Okay. Kashif Sheikh. We are also based in Jaipur. Tech Conquer is also based in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Bhopal. We have people from Bhopal. Okay, let's. I'll just show you a quite good example with the TCP versus UDP. चुनाव आ गए थे इसलिए रजिस्ट्रेशन बंद हो गया चुनाव के बाद पूरी बाबे दिया मेर जट डोंट केयर attendance link. How was the example? Do you guys you liked it or not? TCP, like it is reliable. Did you get the message? पूरी बाबे दिया मेर जट डोंट केयर And Rahul sir has dropped the attendance link, so please drop your attendance and just comment down how was the TCP versus UDP example. And if you like today's session, just give it a thumbs up and we are good to go. Sir, cryptography course available or not? If you guys have any doubt, just drop your thoughts or your doubts and then we'll just end the stream. Thank you for joining today's session. Yeah, guys, everyone, please mark your attendance and we are good to go.